It was December, the Christmas month, and people were in a festive mood. There were people all around the streets buying Christmas trees, shopping for new clothes at the stores with crazy discounts. So my friend Rachel dragged me to one of the discounted stores so that we wouldn't miss out on all the deals. Once we reached the mall, we saw a large number of people gathered inside the stores. There were long queues at the cash counter and people were literally jumping on each other to grab the best deal. I was really saddened by that and immediately told my friend Rachel that we shouldn't be here in the chaos and I just wanted to go home. But she was adamant, and I don't blame her because she was right. I hardly got any time to spend with my friends. It was only when my husband went on his business trips that I got time for myself. So, I decided to listen to her and I stayed there with her and started to shop. I chose a pair of jeans, a sweater, and a few tops at really discounted prices, and stood in a long queue outside the fitting room. There was madness in those long queues. Everyone was shouting at the top of their voices. Everyone wanted to get in quickly, try the clothes on, buy them, and get out of the crowded store as soon as possible. Luckily, Rachel managed to enter the fitting room by flirting with the security man standing outside the fitting room. I was calmly waiting for her to get out so that I could enter. But suddenly, I felt a big push. And the next thing I saw was a memory I want to erase. All of the things in my hand got dropped and everything around me stilled as if the time had stopped. I was a little confused and I didn't understand what was really happening. But when I saw the eyes that were pointing at my direction, everything just became crystal clear. My wig had flown off and everyone in that store saw that I was a bald girl. If magic was real, the only thing I wanted right now was to magically disappear from that moment. I really didn't want Rachel to see me like this, which would lead to a lot of questions, and I just wasn't mentally prepared. But unfortunately, Rachel saw everything. I thought of giving an excuse that I had cancer, but that would have just created a fear and a lot of added lies, and I thought it was necessary that my best friend knew the whole truth. I'm sorry, I'm probably confusing you all. I'll start from the beginning. My name is Cindy. I got married as soon as I completed my high school. I married the love of my life. We had such a beautiful and romantic relationship that every girl wishes for. It was filled with a lot of surprises, gifts, and some amazing dinner dates. And when George proposed to me, I just couldn't say no. We were just a perfect couple. I was a cute blonde, and he was a handsome businessman. All of our friends really envied us. My parents were really happy for me in that their only daughter got married to a rich guy. But sadly, everything isn't always what it seems. Just after a few months of our marriage, something unimaginable began. First, he made me leave the college and wanted me to join distance learning so that I would spend more time at home. And this was just not it. I was strictly told not to see my friends. The differences started to multiply and he would get angry at little things and would shout at me. According to him, my clothes were too provocative, my hair was too long. Interestingly, with outsiders around, he behaved in a completely different way, making it seem that everything was all right. I thought that this was all temporary, and I was just overthinking about it, and it shall pass soon. I didn't want my parents to worry unnecessarily, so I didn't tell them anything. I tried to change for my husband. I stopped wearing dresses and skirts. I wasn't meeting my friends regularly, but I just couldn't cut my hair. I really, really loved my hair since I was a child. This was a part of me that I just couldn't get rid of. Every day, I cooked breakfast for him at 7 in the morning and gave him packed lunch for office. And every evening, I would serve him with hot dinner. Sometimes, I felt as if I was just his servant doing chores for him. Every day, thoughts of divorce were born in my head, but I was just too scared about the circumstances. Last week, I cooked breakfast for him as usual. As soon as he came for breakfast, I heard some kind of grumble. I went in the dining hall and saw that the plate with food was on the floor. I was really scared that he would hit me. He shouted at me and told me that there was hair in the food. I apologized to him and told him that it must have been there by mistake. But suddenly, he grabbed me and dragged me into the bathroom. He asked me for scissors, to which I begged that it won't happen again. On not able to find scissors, he grabbed his razor from the cupboard and completely shaved my head. I was shaking and crying for the whole night and the whole day. I wanted to escape from there, but I felt helpless. I was in shock to see that he threatened me, and if I tried to leave, things would even be worse. I somehow controlled and calmed myself. My husband left for his business trip the next day. As soon as he left, I quickly went to the market and got myself a wig. I told this whole story to Rachel after the fitting room incident, and she was just so shocked to hear this. She was so worried about me and scolded me for still living with that monster and wanted me to separate from him immediately. After this intervention, I realized that what Rachel was saying was absolutely right. I just can't go back and live with that tyrant. I decided to leave at that very moment. I asked Rachel if I could move in with her for some time, and obviously she didn't say no. Rather, she wanted me to shift with her immediately. I packed all my belongings and moved in with Rachel. She advised me to report this whole incident to the police, and I agreed and went to the nearest police station and filed a report against my husband. The officer listened to me and assured me that such a dreadful act wouldn't go unpunished. He was arrested as soon as he landed in the city, and he was charged with domestic violence and harassment. Now, I'm slowly recovering and I've started to live a peaceful life, leaving behind all of the negative vibes. In the end, I would really want to give a piece of advice. Never tolerate any kind of abuse towards you, and don't lose your self-respect no matter what. I'm sure I took the correct decision. What do you all think?
To watch more animated story videos like this, hit that subscribe button. And tell us in the comments section what you thought about this story.